Hello and welcome back to NA Turbo. So I thought I'd do a bit of an update on old Hannibal the Supra. So for those of you who might be new to the channel, Hannibal, as I affectionately nickname him, is a 1990 Mark III Toyota Supra Turbo, manual with the limited slip diff, so quite rare. So it's been in the family about 15-20 years now. Originally was an abandoned car, so long story short, he was abandoned in a multi-storey private car park, and we managed to get the rights to bring him back. So years and years ago, he was put on back on the road, then came off again and sat for a good 5 or 6 years. I then put him on the road about 5 years ago now. And he's done quite a few miles, but he was always rusty, as most Toyotas of the 90s are. And then this past year back, decided to finally take him off the road and do the welding work that I've been avoiding and pretending it wasn't there because it was easier, and just sort of slapping filler on him to get him through the MOTs. But he sort of decided he wanted to come off the road again when he blew the head gasket for the second time, or should I say it was starting to go. So yeah, I decided that was the time to take him off the road and get him sort of fettled on the welding work, and then also figure out what the heck's going on with the head gasket, because it's on its second now, and it's done only did about 3,000 miles between them, so there's something not quite right there. But at the moment it's body work, and it's taking its toll, because anybody that knows these will know they like to rust for fun. So this one is one of the better ones. Underneath it's actually fairly solid. So it's arch work I've got to do, sill repair, and there, if I can zoom in slightly, we've started doing the patchwork there as well. His other side's a bit buried, but I'll just briefly sort of spin you around without making you too sick. But the other side's exactly the same, to be honest, so it needs both rear arches and the sills doing. So sills not so much of an issue. Arches slightly difficult, because rather than sort of going to the trouble of having to find the curves and anything, for this side I've already got one piece section cut off that's not rusty from America. Unfortunately, these were very popular, fortunately should I say, in America, and if you can find one in a dry state, which is where I found the breakers, they don't rust, which is heaven. So I've got one section for this side. I need to get a section for the other side, but recently it's been quite hard trying to get bits from America sent to the UK for some reason. But also the other side's sort of, it works out to be about $400, 300 and something pounds. And then there's getting it here. And the other projects have sort of jumped ahead of the queue at the moment. So it's a rare chance I thought I'd do some work on him. But I'll take you down in him once I've crouched back down. So you can see the hot air gun is there by my feet. So part of getting ready to do the other welding work is getting all the underseal that's underneath it off, so we can weld it and cut out without any fire, which is, shall we say, undesirable. So yeah, I'll take you in. I'll just pause the video because it'll involve me groaning getting back down on the floor, and you can join me underneath his arch. So here you join me after some groaning getting back down on the floor, back underneath Hannibal's arch. So I'll sort of try to take you in and show you the best I can. So this obviously was all full of underseal over here, so to make sure there was no more rust under, because rust does like penetrating under this underseal, and then once it goes under there, the underseal covers it quite well, and you cannot tell until it's catastrophic, as sort of these holes here. And I've already put a plate in this here, but this was one as well. And yeah, all round sort of here around the arch as well. But yeah, if I sort of take you in, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get the angles quite right, but as you can see, this section here was under the underseal that I've been scraping off, so it hides it very well. And I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, but sort of coming back and under. It's probably not easy to see some of the hardest one. This arch has obviously had me bodging it in the past, which is surprisingly not fixed it and made it worse. Who would know? But yeah, so it looks like a lot of work. It is a lot of work, but I love the car, so it's worth doing. And these things have sort of rocketed up in value as well recently with the resurgence of 90s cars. But yeah, probably the worst bit you probably won't be able to see unless I can flip the phone round. But yeah, so this is a horrible job scraping all this stuff off. There's various ways you could do it. I've decided to go with a heat gun just to get the most of it off. And then I'll sort of use a brush on a battery powered tool. But the next stage on this, I think I've got as far as I can do with the strut in place, and also the metal fuel tank in place as well, which is going to be another headache in itself. But we'll go back to the strut for now. So yeah, I think probably the next stage is get this strut off, which I'll do and probably show in another video. But once this is off, I can then get behind it and make sure that there's no rust hiding in here, and as you go up into here as well. But yeah, coming back to the issue, these back at this age use a metal fuel tank. Quite a few cars did, but sort of Volkswagens, for example, at 90 and before had gone to plastic fuel tanks after debacles with Mark 1 Golf metal fuel tanks rotting out, because they like to do this. And as you see, yeah, this one sort of started blowing out at the edges. I've previously put some POR anti-rust treatment in it to try and stop it. It doesn't leak, but yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to save this once we get it off, if it'll even come off in one piece. It's never leaked fuel. Obviously the RMOT man will pick it up if it was ever doing. You can occasionally smell vapour from the back, which to me says there's probably pinholes in it somewhere, at the top, not the bottom, because it's not leaking. But I think part of the issue was there was a plastic sort of cover over here, which basically was supposed to shield it from getting all the rubbish off the road, but actually trapped all the rubbish off the road, which made it then rust sort of the top side of it. So actually the bottom side is fine in comparison. It's this top side that's suffered sort of really quite badly. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to save that. If I can't, that's also another problem, because trying to find another one that's not rotten and in the same condition probably means looking in the USA, and is probably very expensive. My brother actually found a new old stock one in somewhere in Europe if I fancied paying something like 1,600 euros for one. Yeah, my budget doesn't stretch to that. So yeah, once we get it off, we'll be able to assess a bit more whether it's repairable, if it needs repairing, whether it's scrap, and I need to hunt for another one. But yeah, getting it off in itself is going to be a bit tricky. But obviously this mainly needs to come off because welding near fuel, yeah, undesirable. And obviously I need, with my brother's help, to weld down here as well. So yeah. So I just thought I'd be showing you around what I've done with him. Even though he's got the head gasket issue, the water is not mixing with the oil. It's just sort of occasionally, it would start misfiring when I was driving it, when it was hot, which to me was the same symptom as before. And then sure enough, when we used the borescope, you could see droplets of coolant on top of the piston. Number 6 again, so there's an issue around cylinder 6, but I'm going to give him a go at starting him, and it's not affecting it because we haven't let it go that far. But I don't like engines sat just stationary for ages. It's probably been about 4 months or so since he's been started. So just to keep it moving, it had fresh oil in it, because one of the reasons I call him Hannibal is because you do something nice like service him, and then he bites your face off by, in this case, blowing the head gasket again. So yeah, within 200 miles of being oil and filter changed, he decided to not like his head gasket again. So I'm going to go and see if I can get a battery on him, see if I can get to the front and uncover him, because at the moment he's being used as a table. Yeah, hopefully you'll be able to join me and see him purring away. See you in a little while. Yeah, so you join us back underneath the bonnet of Hannibal the Supra. So yeah, he's a 3 litre 24 valve straight 6 with a ginormous turbo. You can probably just see hiding under all the air intake stuff. It's quite packed in under here. It's about 240 horsepower, but feels very quick 'cause it's all very mechanical, unlike today's modern stuff. So yeah, he's had his head gasket replaced once before, which is, and I used ARP hardened head studs to hopefully prevent it doing it again. But the fact it's done it again suggests there's something other wrong with it. It was left, not by me, but it was left with water in for a while, which is what rotted the original head gasket. And the head, when we took it off, needed quite a lot of welding because it had sort of cracked the head as well. So whether it's a head issue or a block, we're not sure. At the moment it's not too bad, but once we finish the welding work, then it'll be time to whip it off again and have a look. But as I say, I just wanted to get the oil kicking around him and get some heat through him for a bit. So I've got a battery connected there onto his terminals that's down on the floor. Checked his coolant, that's fine. Checked his oil, that's fine as well. So we'll just go inside and we'll see if we can see any signs of life. So as I step round, as you do with projects, various bits in the garage. So have a look in here. And so, yeah, signs of life. I can see the doors opening, light is on. So what I'll do is I'll just do all the checks, make sure he's out of gear, and then join me again for the start. Okay, so here we are. Yeah, we've got lights on, got clock, which is a good thing. He's out of gear, so hopefully, whoops, if I can hold it still, let's see if he'll start. Oh, it's got on a few cylinders, and there we go. He started. Oil pressure is, right, fuel gauge, oil pressure is building up, as we can see. Still sounds a bit rough, like he's on a couple of cylinders, but yeah, we'll give him a chance to warm up. So let's come out round the back. So there we go, ticking over, still remarkably smooth given, you know, he has got a head gasket issue, and this is him not being started for a good probably 4 months for the minute. So we'll just go back around the front of him, move various garage things out of the way, over the welder, and yeah, there he is, ticking away. So he actually runs remarkably well. I still suspect I'm going to let him come off choked, for want of a better word, warm up for a bit, and then I'll see if it, because I think he's only on about 5 cylinders at the minute, so I'll see if he can then kick in the other cylinders. So join me in again in a moment. And there we go, so he's now on all cylinders, ticking over quite nicely. So say he's got a head gasket problem. Very smooth still, and that's the beauty of these 7M GT engines. They are absolutely amazing, very tunable, very, very tunable. I've seen ones with minimal engine work pushing out 600 plus horsepower. Oops, step on the bag. In some cases, I think somebody reinforced one and they got it to 1,000 brake horsepower. So yeah, these engines are very capable. It's just this one, there's something not quite right with the head gasket. But yeah, I'm going to let him warm up, and then that'll be my end to the day of working on him. Let's just have a quick check of the gauges. So I keep moving various bits of garage stuff around. But there he is, ticking up. idling steadily, unlike my hands. So yeah, thanks for watching. Do join us again, do share the videos, and like and subscribe. Every little bit helps if I don't dangle my fingers in the film. And yeah, we'll be attending Rustival as well, so come and have a look at the cars at Rustival. Yeah, thanks for now. Bye bye.